to that song?
N-word, lighten up your tacos.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
When it says 100 rounds in a Tahoe, does that mean that the bullets went into a Tahoe, or does it mean that there's 100 rounds of ammunition inside of a Tahoe that someone's driving? If you know.
If you know.
100 rounds in a Tahoe, it could be either or.
Okay.
If you know.
And did you do any type, and I know you, Detective Underwood, did you do
And I know you.
any type of investigation to find out, if you could, what is the essence of that line?
I did not. It was just ironic that crime happened with the Tahoe and the victim was the ops.
How many rap songs, I'm just limited to rap songs, and if you don't know, just say, I don't know, talk about rounds in a vehicle?
I don't know specifically how many. I haven't kept up with that.
Keep going, Steele. Don't let us
slide. The next line of that song is something to the effect, and if I'm wrong, again, correct me, give him surgery, not lipo. Do you see that?
Ooh, you want to know why this is really important? Because she's from Atlanta, so she understands the vernacular, or at least the mumble or the texture of it, right? So she shouldn't be thrown off like an outsider. She actually from Atlanta. Ooh.
Is that something like that? And if I'm wrong, just correct it.
Say give him surgery, no lipo.
No lipo, thank you. And then the next one, the next line, or artwork is, they don't blame that, and I'm not going to say it, but B-I blank C-H for pulling you down. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
What does that mean as far as your expertise and analysis with the Donovan Thomas, God forbid, killing with the Tahoe behind him, that there's something to do with a B-I blank C-H pulling that person down?
They don't blame that B word for pulling you down. That could be a woman. It could be reference to a woman bringing somebody down, or...
How does the Donovan Thomas, tell the jurors, from your investigation, how does the Donovan Thomas killing relate to a woman pulling someone down?
I think on direct, we said that the entire song didn't reference the murder. You're making the song about the murder.
Ooh.
We said on direct that first line was in reference to the murder.
So
ooh, he got her.
That was it, just a snippet.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay.
Are you done? I didn't mean
I'm
to.
done.
Okay. So.
You done? You finished?
From your analysis, you or somebody, your teammate, found one line and ignoring the context or the other words or lyrics around the line. Is that fair to say?
No, we didn't ignore it, but that particular line stood out because of the words that were used.
Did any of the other lines assist that one line that you're focusing on with the Tahoe?
No, but it jumped off into, like F12 and killing 12, and so 12, Donovan Thomas wasn't 12, so we can't say this song was about.
Oh. He wasn't?
Just Donovan Thomas. We know that. We know that just that particular first line, and he did it a couple of times. He said it 2 or 3 times in the song. So he jumped around talking about a lot of different stuff in that particular song.
Do songs, in your experience, and it doesn't have to be rap music, do they sometimes repeat lyrics throughout the song?
Yes, they do. The hook, maybe, or yes.
What'd you call it?
The hook.
Okay. Now,
what is the definition of the term hook in a music context? Do you know? Uh-oh. Woof.
You mentioned killing 12, and the line is something like killing 12 and then SH blank T. Fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And 12, I think the jurors know, that's a symbol, a slang for police officers. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
All right. And is this unique to slime?
The hook is for addiction. Hence, hook. Line, sinker. Game over. I got you addicted. Come on, y'all. It's not just a chorus. Come on. No. Yeah. The hook. Come on, y'all don't know how this used in a salesman type. Yeah, watch for, yes. Yeah, come on, baby. Come on, I know the other alternative metaphors. No.
I'm SH blank T, killing 12 in music of the rap industry.
I don't understand that question.
Is killing 12, that phrase, or killing 12 SH blank T, is that unique to this song?
I'm sure there's a lot of rappers that probably talk about killing the police, but this song had the YSL S word first, then killing 12 S word. Like, it was referencing that's what YSL do, kill 12.
And which police officer, God forbid, was killed that you're referring to?
In this song, I didn't say one was killed, but killing 12 is like, I want to kill 12, or it could reference anything.
Do you have, through your investigation of this case, your knowledge and collective knowledge, do you have any police officer that, God forbid, has been killed?
No, but I have seen where YSL members have fired at the police more than once.
All right, let me do this. Could you talk about YSL members, and then we're going to come back to the other songs, if that's okay. I'm not trying to jump around on purpose. Can I, would you mind looking at State's Exhibit? I believe it is 418Y, and you just looked at it earlier and helped the jurors.
Okay.
Can you put up the picture more, if possible, if it's not? Okay. And you remember this, and this is in 2015 in Houston. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Who is the person to the immediate right? Well, you see Jeffery Williams in the center,
Yes.
bottom, center bottom. You pointed him out to the jurors.
Yes.
Who's the
Man, that's a boy with thong sandals right there. Look, this boy got on thong sandals right here. I swear, look. This dude right here got on thong sandals, y'all. They ain't gangsters. He got on thong sandals.
the young lady to his immediate right?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Let's.
He ain't gangster. This dude is not gangster. That's thong sandals. I'm not even walking with nobody with thong sandals. There you go. Whole RICO over.
Start on all the way on what we would look at the right, wearing the gray RG. You know what RG is? That sweatshirt?
Rich Gang.
All right. You know what Rich Gang is?
Yes, record label from Baby, Brian Williams.
Okay.
You can't be on the run from dropping one of the biggest bloods in Georgia and wear thong sandals. You can't. Not outside. In the clink, yeah, but you still gotta be the toughest. Teal, outside, with your feet out, no socks, he preposterous.
And who is that person, if you were...
Who, Brian Williams? I'm sorry. In the picture, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Demikian Garlington, a.k.a. D.
Tell the jurors the last time Jeffery Williams had any contact whatsoever through your investigation with Demikian Garlington.
I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't know when.
Who is the person now above Demikian Garlington in the white
the
shirt?
beach behind you. If
That's
you a gangster, you don't
Kelvin
do that.
Treadwell,
Straight
a.k.a.
like that.
OG Bentley.
Listen, young street dudes ain't doing thong. We going out. We might as well just go coming out the Air Force Ones, and I'm in the sand. We not doing thongs. If we on the beach, we on the beach. We not doing thongs. My girl got the thong sandals. Yeah, she do the thongs. Yup, breezing. They right. You look at her. Me, nah, cuz.
Let me ask you the same question. When is the last time Jeffery Williams had any communication through your investigation with Mr. Kelvin Treadwell?
I don't know. Back whenever in 2015 when all this was going on, they stayed, in touch. But this has been, like you say, 10 years ago almost.
Yes,
So-
you know when that touch ended?
No, I don't.
The young man next to him, is that Trontavious Stevens?
Yes.
Also known as Tick or Slug?
Yes.
All right. the young man next to, well, do you know how much contact Jeffery Williams has with Trontavia Stevens since?
I don't know.
All right. The young man next to Mr. Stevens, is that Mr. Demise McMullen, also known as Nard?
Yes.
And how much contact has Jeffery Williams had with him since 2015?
I do not know.
The gentleman to the right of Mr. McMullen, is that a gentleman named Mr. Sledge,
Yes.
also known as Muntuk?
Yes.
How much contact, or when is the last contact Jeffery Williams ever had with that gentleman? If you
I
know?
don't know.
The young lady next to Mr. Sledge, I know you can't identify her, but a sister of Jeffery Williams, fair to say?
Yes.
All right. And then we come down from the sister, and right in front of her, there's a young man in black with his right hand up all the way to the left. You see that?
Yes.
And that person is?
I think I said on direct, I don't remember. I can't identify that person.
Okay. And how about the person in the red sweatshirt right next to that person's left?
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
All right. Did I do the person who is to the immediate left of Mr. Williams sitting down holding the bar?
Shannon Stillwell?
Okay. And do you know the last time, and I'm excluding obviously this trial, but the last time that Mr. Jeffery Williams had any contact with?
I don't know, sir.
All right. Thank you for that. All right. I want to go back to where we were, and I'd like to talk to you. I'm just going in order of the exhibit number. It's 537YA. I believe it's a song, Bad Boy. Is that fair?
Yes.
And you said it's released.
No, I'm sorry.
You said it's released. Give us a year again or a month again?
We said that it was uploaded, premiered January 15, 2021.
Okay, so January 2021 is approximately 6 years after January 2015. Fair to say?
Yes.
All right. And in that, you highlight or articulate or focus us on a particular lyric. I just want to get the lyric.
Calvin. Salute, bro. Wisdom, Mark.
And that lyric is, I shot at his mommy, now he no longer mentioned me. Fair to say?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And you related that back to January, I may have get me on these dates, January 22nd, 2015, January 26th, 2015, shooting at Mr. Bennett's mother's home, and his mother got shot on the 2nd or January 26th, 2015 date. Fair to say?
Yes, but that second part, he no longer mentioned me, it refers to the back and forth that he and Lucci did on social media for the whole world in Atlanta to see. They were going back.
So you listen to every one of Lucci's songs to check to see if he ever mentioned them again? Wow.
Back and forth for a while.
Okay, I want to talk to you about that back and forth, okay? If the shooting...
If you can't understand every bar, do you know if a dude mentioned them again? Seriously, if you don't understand every single lyric, do you really know if someone didn't mention them again? And to keep it real, it's mad ways for me to mention you, and the law wouldn't know. What? Man, listen, bro. Man, listen. You don't want to get into the head of dudes throwing dudes underneath the bus, bro. If you really pay attention, man, guys be throwing guys all the time, man. Yeah, man, it's just technically the real low ones is just me and you know. Yeah. See, if you really know, it's certain things that people say that only really me and you know. Yeah. Even the fans ain't even catch that. What? You ain't know that? What? Yeah, sent one over their head real quick. They ain't even know it. Yeah, bro, y'all bet, man, listen, bro, this ain't new, man. These people found
it. Happens in January 2015.
Mm-hmm.
These people
and the
found
lyric that you're telling the jury about and educating the jury is, I shot his mommy, now he no longer mentioned me. Is it your understanding that since the shooting, He being, you're saying Mr. Bennett, right? YFM Lucy?
I'm saying that
All right, hold on. All right, so listen, it's this thing with rap to where as though when you're bragging, you have to almost be talking to somebody. So even when you're not specifically talking to someone, I can technically reference all of this in retrospect. Someone could insinuate I'm talking about you. Yeah, listen to the way rappers rap. It's braggadocious, meaning I'm better than you. I'm fresher. He jealous. He copying. He jocking. He mad I smashed his chick. Who's he? Nobody.
mother is that's who he said. He no longer mentioned me. He's referring to Lucci.
YFM Lucy.
Yes.
Also known as, well, his given
I get busy.
name is Mr.
Rayshawn Bennett. Right.
Okay. So you're saying since January 26, 2015, if I'm wrong, just correct me, Mr. Bennett no longer mentions Jeffery Williams. Is that what the lyric means to you?
I ain't even
No,
heard
the
all this
lyric
other music
means
and I'm
to me
calling
that
cat. As soon as somebody say you will never mention him again, you gonna mention him. So I know good and goddamn well he mentioned his ass again. Yup. He ain't that soft. Soon as he said he heard that, I know Holmes mentioned you about 5 more times. That's cap.
we have been going back
standing on
and
it.
forth, talking about each other, targeting each other on social media, having words go back and forth. And I think that whenever
Or did he not mention him because YSL was telling? My bad.
I think Jeffery Williams put something out about his mother. He said something about his mother on social media about he glad he takes care of his mother or something like that. So I'm thinking that he was just taunting or just like he was doing on the videos that he was making. He was taunting him in this song.
Okay, and I know you're giving a state of mind. You're trying to say what Jeffery Williams was doing, but through your investigation and through this lyric, are you not saying that once the shot, God forbid, came to the mother, on January 26, 2015, this lyric means that he, Mr. Bennett, no longer mentions me? Is that what the lyric means? And if it's not, and if your answer just states...
I can't say what exactly it means. I'm saying what I saw as an investigator, as a gang investigator, when the back and forth and the gang beef continued way after the 2015.
Now, the words before in the art, do you know what the words are right before I shot his mommy, now he no longer mentions me?
I don't have that copy of those in front of me.
If I showed you a copy, would that
Yo, just to let y'all know that bar is wild.
refresh your memory?
Please.
I like it.
Okay, you have it?
If I was his engineer, I would have beeped the part out though. Yeah, you would have wondered what he said. Yup. I would have saved him. He'd have been mad. When I mixed it down, yeah, I would have hit him with the Vicket right there. Yeah, I promise, bro, I did it. Dudes be like, yo, bro, listen. I listened to it 20, 40 times when I was mixing it down. You was too hot. What we doing? What we doing? That's what you ready to tell me I'm wrong right now? You know what's up. Seriously, I done did this a couple times, y'all. Straight to, right there. This ain't no clean edit, but I done just, yeah, you done heard it a couple times where they figured something out, and you wondering, hold, this ain't no clean edit. What was that? Yeah, it's because the engineer was looking out. Yeah, they went too far. Yeah. Nah, I ain't letting them do that.
You may.
I definitely probably would have
Yes.
stopped it in the session and asked
If you
too.
want to see anything
Oh,
else
bro.
from the song, just let us know.
Okay.
That refreshes your memory. Just tell me that it does.
Everybody would have laughed too. That's how I knew he telling the truth. Look, I would have stopped it, right? Like, yo, everybody would have heard him say it, right? Let me tell y'all how this go in the studio. If Thug would have said that and I was recording him, I would have said, what happened? Because he said, I shot at your mommy. Didn't he? I would have told him, yo, take that eye off. Yeah. Yeah, hold up. Your whole found, yeah, you just, whoa, cuz. Then look, the chuckle in the room would have let me know it's real. Cause yeah, his homeboys be snitching. If somebody say something hot and you say, yo, what the hell you just say? The chuckle in the room is going to let you know if he's bluffing or not. Swear to God, if they laugh, he's not bluffing. If everybody just go about their business and don't even pay no attention to the fact you just stopped him, he capping. Straight like that. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you, man. Listen, he didn't say I. All right, say less. Say less. Either way, no. He put himself in with the me. My bad, Rain. He put himself in with me. Me. My bad. Yeah. Yeah. My bad. He self-incriminated. He put me on it. I would have told him, yo, take that up. Take that me up. Yeah, nah, he did to me. That's you know what that mean. Yeah. That's RICO. I'd have told him, Kyle, you gotta put some cut on that. That's my thing. Yo, you gotta put some cut on that. Straight like that. Yo, you gotta put some cut on that.
Okay. I see where you got the arrow. Okay.
Nah,
Tell the jurors if it.
Nah, y'all ain't slick. When a rapper start a line and don't clarify who's doing it, he did it. Yeah, y'all ain't slick. He started the bar with shot at his mommy now. Nah, that's I. Yeah, he just took the I off. Nah, I get busy. No, that's because it had too many syllables. It sound better with shot. But that when you don't have the person, that means I. Y'all ain't slick. Nah. Y'all ain't slick. I do this for real. What? Man, I write like that all the time. That's I. That's I right there. Nah. That's called syllable dropping. Yo just took the I off because it ain't fit right. If it rolled better with the shot at his mommy, come on. No. That's I shot at his mommy. No. He just took the I off. You ain't doing that. Yeah, buddy. I get busy. You can hear it in my rap. I do the same thing. No. Shot at his mom. Nah. Especially when you put me on it. He would have had to go a different route at the end to try to take that away from I shot at his mommy. Nah.
If it's accurate from your investigation, if it's accurate, otherwise we could pull up on Google, whatever you want. Tell the jurors what the line is above the line that you highlighted for the ladies and gentlemen jury.
It says, you say you won't smoke. I've been coming down the chimney.
He definitely says
And then the next line is the line about...
You got barbecue, your B word, I'm so fried and they crispy.
How does the line that you highlighted for the jurors, how does that coincide, if you know, in context, with the line about the chimney and the barbecue?
The part about the smoke is significant because that's slang for you want to keep starting stuff, or you want a piece of me, or it's slang for, you know, when they say you want all the smoke, or I got the smoke, or you don't want no smoke. So.
Or it could be marijuana.
That's significant. But the part about the barbecue and the fried and crispy, I can't say what that meant.
Detective, you told the jury that you don't study Jeffery Williams' lyrics or songs. How did you come about learning about these chosen lyrics from these three songs?
It's not that I didn't study them or I don't study them. It's that I can read words and I see what the words say. And a lot of times if I'm investigating something, or if I know it's an ongoing beef between you and the ops, and you sending messages through your music or through the words that you're putting on paper or on wax or whatever they call it.
Whoa.
It's noticeable because of the investigation.
Wouldn't you want to then go out and ask somebody who was there at the time of the creation of that song, how did this How did this lyric come about?
No, it's self-explanatory.
Wow. Metaphors and elaborate concepts put into bar format based upon syllables and melodies. And it's self-explanatory. Mumble rap. Self-explanatory. Okay. All right.
I mean, it's words, but the words mean stuff. It means something.
From your
Gucci Man? So you telling me Gucci Man means something? Soldier Boy. All right.
vantage point of what you do for a living, those words mean exactly what you believe.
Yes, it's been several songs that have gotten people killed around Atlanta, for sure.
Example?
Do you know how many
She is tripping
what
right
rap
now. Ain't she?
songs
My
are
bad. I tried to
primarily,
defend
I'm
her.
not saying everyone, primarily about rap music?
What is rap music about?
Yeah. Did you ever bother?
It can be expression. It depends on,
Oh.
you know, I guess who it is and what they're saying. Every rapper don't rap about violence and guns and gangs and killing.
Does any other rapper rap about violence and gangs? And
It's a lot of rappers rap about guns and gangs and violence.
Open
all
the
time.
door.
And do you ever go, have you ever been to a concert of Jeffery Williams?
No,
Go to Lil Wayne
Have
being
you ever been
fake.
to a concert of any performer, rap performer?
No.
I was just at
Brian,
Usher the other
Lil
night,
Wayne.
but he's not a rapper.
Okay. Well, have you ever been at any when you consider a rapper?
Come on.
Yes, maybe not recently, but I have been to rap concerts. I'm not really into rap as of late.
Do you ever notice the crowd, that they're all diverse?
Come on, Brian.
Yes.
Do you know whether rap is the number one gross industry financially in the world? That type
I
of
believe that.
Do you ever think about why is it popular?
Objection, relevant, sustained.
Do you know whether
I'll tell you relevance. Brian Steele is targeting the idea of it being the most popular music genre because people want to live vicariously through gangsters that are faking because they come from the source of where the real gangsters come from, but the rappers are clearly removed. That's what he's asking her about right now, I believe.
this type of violence and gangs and killing 12, is that popular?
It is, but it shouldn't be.
Objection. That ain't your goddamn opinion. We don't care about you. We trying to sell some music. I asked you, was it popular?
Let me ask you about just how it is, okay? I think that's the third one that you asked about.
Okay.
Oh, before we go to that, Bad Boy, who is the co-artist on that? The jurors saw a video. There were two people singing.
Yes. That's another rapper.
Who is that?
I don't know Bad Boy.
One more time. You don't have to look at anything.
I mean, I'm looking at the name of the person. I don't know him. I just know that he's a collaborator with Mr. Williams.
Do you know that person's performer's name?
No.
Do you know whether any of these lyrics were changed in any way after they were actually sung?
No, I don't know that.
Do you know whether that can occur?
I mean, anything's possible, but whenever they play it on the radio or play it on YouTube or you can kind of look at what the words are and the person is actually rapping it on a music video and you can see it visually, then the words are the words.
So you heard this through versions that played through the radio and on the video on YouTube. These so-called incriminating lyrics. And it was actually played on commercial sites to the public with no warning. Okay.
I'm saying after it's actually recorded, do you know whether sound engineers or record producers, do you know whether any of the lyrics sometimes get changed?
It's possibly, but like I'm saying, once it's released,
So you mean to tell me the record label heard this and it was incriminating real life stuff, and this is where they put all their money invested into, and they let it still hit the radio and play more and more and more for everybody that knows that this really happened allegedly, to just be able to say and get mad about it and report that, look, he's talking about it in the song. Hold on. Has anyone testified that Young Thug is rapping about real lyrics and I can explain this event happened and look, that's the lyrics? Has anyone testified to that?
words are the words.
He's talking about me in that song.
In 539 YA, it's just how it is. And in that one, you referenced, I done the jacking, now I'm full-time rapping. Remember that?
Yes.
Do you know whether any other artist has that exact lyric before Jeffery Williams used it in the song?
I don't know.
You also targeted, my words targeted, mentioned the word wax. You just said that. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Tell the jurors what wax means.
It was just my terminology of whenever music is made or the tracks. I kind of reference that with the tracks that were made, or or they put it on wax. It could be like on a record, or I'm old, so could be a album or a cassette tape for all I know. But it's just a term that a lot of the artists use when they laying down the tracks or the music.
So this
She
song,
got that right. That's right. Nah, that ain't her turn. She got that right, y'all. She was a little bit long-winded with the explanation, but technically she got it right.
jurors heard is entitled Just How It Is. Fair to say?
Yes.
And in that, you targeted the second time, we known to kill the biggest, and I think you said...
I said kitty, but I think it's cat.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. I think you said something like kittens of the kitties or something. But it's...
The biggest kitty of the cats, I think I said, but I had it backwards. I think it's...
That's fine.
We killed the biggest cat of all the kitties.
Okay. And you told the jurors that in your vantage point, you believe that that may have some reference to Jeffery Williams, from Jeffery Williams to the Donovan Thomas killing. That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware of Jeffery Williams being friends with Donovan Thomas in January 2015?
I am.
Okay. And when it says, we known to kill the biggest, and I think you corrected, cats of all the kitties, the line before that, do you have the words in front of you?
I don't.
Would you need to see something?
Yes, please.
You're on me. May I approach? May I approach?
Yes.
I turned it this way just because I did what I did before I made an error, but this is the whole song.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Okay.
Find that.
Tap the like button. Salute to everybody in here. I appreciate you being here. Brian's still cooking.
Okay. Are we known to kill the biggest cats?
Yeah, if it refreshes your memory, if that's accurate, yes, if you don't mind.
We don't speak about the S word on wax. It's all mob business.
And then it goes right into...
We known to kill the biggest cats of all kitties.
So that line above, the one about we don't speak on wax, from your definition of wax, does that mean we don't speak on record, we don't go on something that's permanent to talk about mob business? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
But then this entire song is about criminality. Or most of it. I don't want to say all of it.
The song kind of, you know, it talks about the beef that, the interaction at Lennox, which happened. It tell you to ask the cops, the detective. They know all the business. So, you know, on one hand, saying that we're not going to talk about it, but we talk about it.
That's my point. So it's interesting in that song saying we're not going to talk about anything, but yet it's being talked about, right?
Yes.
You don't know whether any of this music, these lyrics, I know you don't know who wrote them, but you don't know if they're just art, do you? And not autobiographical.
It can be art. It can be looked at as art. I agree that it's art, but I think that when actual crimes are committed and you brag about it in a song, or you reference it in a song, or you taunt your...
Young Thug does have a clean record, right? He hasn't been charged with any crimes as a, you know, right now. Not a gang charge, not a gun. Like, he's just now he's been incriminated for this RICO, but previous to this RICO, he has a clean jacket. True.
Ops in a song, then it causes problems. Because, like I said, I've seen where songs have gotten 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds killed here in Atlanta.
Explain. Could you give it the case number?
Because of things that were said in a song.
Well, that's...
Is it one of the overt acts in this RICO? Or are you talking about hypothetical, or are you talking about another case? Because we talking about Young Thug.
Terrible. But where in any of these songs that you looked at does it mention the op means opposition? Fair to say?
Yes.
Where does it ever mention IF gang?
What?
IF gang.
It does not.
I mean, that's your, and you're entitled to it, but that's your opinion. That's your personal opinion, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where does any of these songs mention Jeffrey's friend Donovan Thomas?
It don't.
Whoa.
Now, I want to go to Jeffrey's releases, album releases, and songs releases. If you're not familiar with them, I'm not going to ask you about them, but are you familiar with his songs, like the names and how they're spelled? And
I'm not. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. With regards to, you know who Dwayne Carter is?
I do.
Phenomenal performer known as Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Are you familiar with his music?
Yes.
Are you familiar that on or about the 26th day of April 2015, he was here in Atlanta and in a tour bus, and that tour bus was fired upon?
Yes, that was a part of our operation planners.
Okay. Now, you knew Jeffery Williams was performing in or around Holly Grove, Louisiana during that same time, same date. Fair to say?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now, were you aware through your investigation, through you or your teammates, your prosecution team, that earlier that year, 2015, 2014, Jeffery Williams and the performer known as Lil Wayne did music together?
No, I didn't know that.
Were you aware that in 2016 and 17 and 18, Jeffery Williams and the performer known as Lil Wayne did music together?
Objection, Your Honor. Assume effects not in evidence.
I'm asking.
Sustained.
I'm asking questions if she's aware.
Hey.
All right. Through your investigation, to you or anyone else, can you tell, ladies and gentlemen, jury, whether Jeffery Williams and Lil Wayne did music together 2016, 17, and or 18?
I didn't see that in the investigation.
All right. Do you know if anybody ever spoke with Lil Wayne during your investigation?
I think they might have spoke to his people, maybe, around the tour bus incident.
Okay.
But I'm not sure who and how, because that was like a Cobb County incident, so I think somebody there did.
I'm excluding like a tour bus driver or something. I'm saying like the let's do this. anybody, to your knowledge, ever speak with you? I assume it's not you because you would have told us, but you or other people on your team ever speak with Lil Wayne's musical assistants?
Not that I know of.
All right. Were you aware that Lil Wayne put out, since the tour bus shooting, more recently, an album with or a song with Jeffery Williams?
Objection, assume effects not in evidence.
Sustained.
Do you know whether Lil Wayne has put out a song with Jeffery Williams since the tour bus shooting?
I don't.
Go, Brian.
Do you do any type of investigation, or do you have any training or experience into the promotion of music, specifically Jeffery Williams rap music?
No.
And by that I mean like something on YouTube, come to this event.
That
or-
wouldn't be relevant for my job as a gang investigator.
I couldn't hear you. I
I
apologize.
said that wouldn't be relevant for my job as a gang investigator. I don't study music. I don't, like I said, when we investigate crimes, we look at the crime. The music might come into play once we're looking at the crimes that happen. But as far as us just focusing on music or targeting music, that's not what we do.
Let me show you what I believe. Well, can I have State's Exhibit number? Do you mind playing for me?
Please. Please.
Let me show you with the sound
show
court's
you.
permission what's already been marked and entered into evidence, but I don't have the number, so
Okay.
Ms. Knight is helping with the number, okay?
Okay.
It is pulled up. Were you present for a February 28th, 2015 interview with Detective Dennis? There's others there. And Mr. Copeland, Kenneth Copeland is Lil Woody?
Yes, I was there, but I think I was like in another room. We have a room where we have a monitor
Oh, yeah.
where we can watch the actual interview live. I wasn't actually in the room where they were interviewing him.
Okay, so you're watching via some sort of
Monitor.
connectivity.
A feed.
And you can hear what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Audio visual
I
feed.
may want to ask you about that, but make sure that we get this first.
Okay.
Friday.
Whoa.
Did you do any type of work to determine whether that was choreographed and promoted by the record label or anybody with the record label?
Uh-oh.
Do you
No.
know?
Whoa.
All right. In that February 28, 2015, I call it interrogation, interview, whatever, conversation with Mr. Copeland or Lil Woody and one of your team members that you're watching on the other line or other room.
No.
Do you remember it coming up by Detective Dennis saying it's marketing? A lot of rap is entertainment, it's marketing. Do you remember all that?
Somewhat. It's been a while.
Oh.
Do you have any knowledge of how much
use Louis
money
Vuitton.
has gone into marketing the performer known as Young Thug? Do you know?
We finally here. Who remember me saying this at the very beginning? Here go Mick Jagger, y'all. Yes. The amount of money put into this artist and with the flamboyantness, you crazy. This a real artist. Here it go, y'all. This part of it. I'm telling you, I've been told y'all, I say, yo, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's gonna be hard for them to wiggle with the amount of effort and money it take to build this level of a rapper. Man, boy, I'm telling y'all, bro.
I'm sure a lot.
And that marketing backs up a certain type of, image for the music. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Did you ever speak with any of the marketers to prepare for this case at all?
I did not.
Woo!
Do you know who Future is? A performer, fabulous performer, Future.
Future, the rapper?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know whether that performer has any type of symbol, like an animal symbol?
Ooh.
And if you don't, just...
I thought he was going to throw Future under the bus and ask if Future got any gang affiliation. And if he does, which side is he closest to? But Brian still ain't going to ask that. He asked about that damn bird on that goddamn CD cover. I knew it, man. I thought Brian was about to throw him. Y'all.
No, can't think of one.
Okay. Do you know whether Lil Wayne has a symbol?
It's not coming to me right away.
Okay. Does a goat sound familiar? And if you don't know, just...
That sounds familiar. It seemed like I seen that on an album
That's cap. That boy ain't got no goat logo. Brian's still capping and she went for it. Yo! Don't tell him I said it.
cover or something.
Okay. And Future, an eagle? Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
And Drake, an owl?
Yes.
Now, them two is right. But that goat? No. Nope.
I remember the owl.
And have you seen Jeffery Williams collaborate with all those different individuals, those performers?
Technically, if dude said that was his logo and he rocked it, nobody would argue because no one claimed it before. So technically, he got that. Real rap. But did he clarify that in his career? No, I'm a connoisseur. He did not clarify that as being his logo. He mentioned it after he went on his little run of saying he was the second best behind Jay-Z. Then he attempted to say, by this point, I surpassed Holmes. So I'm the greatest rapper alive, all of that. But necessarily establishing the GOAT as being his character or his mascot, he did not do that.
I have.
And have you seen their album covers or pictures with the snake and the goat, the owl and the snake, the eagle and the snake? Have you seen that?
I've seen a couple of them, not all of them. I really haven't paid attention to them.
Okay. I want to go over with you. You were asked questions about the rodeo tour, or what known as the rodeo tour.
Yes.
What's up?
And you were asked about whether crime slowed down in March of 2015, something to that effect. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you know what Jeffery Williams' schedule was in January 2015?
No.
Do you know how many days he was physically in Atlanta area?
Uh-oh.
No.
How about in February 2015?
Man.
I don't know.
Is that going to be the same answer for the rest of 2015?
I mean, looking at this exhibit, he was pretty busy.
What'd I say?
Well, that exhibit ends on around April 2015.
Who remember me saying this before this evidence was presented? I ain't even know Holmes was on the rodeo tour. I said, I know one thing. According to the way Holmes spiked up in fame, Holmes wasn't home. What I say, man, listen, bro. I know rappers who ain't nowhere near and ain't even home, bro. What you talking about, bro?
Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Did you ever, through your investigation, know that Jeffery Williams was performing all over the world in 2015?
I did not really keep up with it, but we kept up with it, but we didn't keep up with it. So we kind of noticed, like you said, the slowdown of the crime in March, which we saw that, he was on tour and gone a lot. So
when was the uptick again in the crime?
it started back in April.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you know where Jeffery Williams, whether he was in Atlanta in April?
According to this tour thing, he was April 15th, April 1st, April 2nd, and April 3rd. He was on tour. So the rest of April, I can't say where he was.
Do you know whether he was in Atlanta?
I don't know.
And that's going to be the answer for the rest of the year, right?
Yes.
Where was Jeffery Williams physically living in 2014?
I have no idea.
How about 15?
15, I was a part of the search warrant team. Well, can I talk about that? The resident?
Yeah. Your Honor,
Yo.
we need to move past.
Yo.
Just answer the question of whether you know where he
Yo.
was.
Yes. Some parts of 2015.
Okay. How many
Yo.
residents did he have in 2015?
Yo. Yo just stonewalled her, bro. Yo ain't even hardly blink when he was looking at her just now, bro. I ain't never seen that move. That boy just, whoa. That boy got something in him, don't he? Yo, it's crazy. You seen him?
I'm not sure. I just know of one.
How about 16? 2016?
No.
Same answer throughout until May of 2022?
Same answer.
All right. Do you know whether he was living for considerable periods of time outside of Atlanta during all those years?
I don't know.
Okay. How many times in and around January 2015, God forbid the killings, January 10th, 2015, okay?
Yo, he dared to jump out there and talk about that warrant, didn't he? I don't know what to call that, but I'm gonna have to say that was I ain't saying no or yeah. And I ain't giving you no facial expression. But deep down inside of me, I dare you.
How many times did Jeffery Williams initiate? I mean, he's the one to initiate the caller to Demise McMullen.
I don't know.
How about Kenneth Copeland?
I don't know.
Justin Cobb?
I don't know. I didn't look into that part of the investigation.
Okay. All right. Now, you were asked about whether Jeffery Williams, you were shown a stack. It's Jeffery Williams exhibit numbers 220, and then it starts with A and it goes alphabetically throughout. You were asked about January 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, whether you found any schedules of concerts. You remember that question?
That was on the flyers.
Yes.
Did we see any flyers?
Yes.
Because it was a list of flyers for the whole year, I think.
Yes. Do you know that
Yo, hold
who
on.
got those flyers?
Hey, yo, do they know that amount of flyers in the early stages of your career is bananas? Yo, that makes Young Thug Prince or Michael Jackson. Just to let y'all know. Go check some other people. You can't find 5 people that jumped off like that. All right, go check. I'm telling y'all, I don't know what, man, listen. That was a lot of goddamn back-to-back dates just to have, man, listen. Man, listen.
No,
Okay. Do you know who Detective Racy is, by any chance?
I do.
Now, January 11th, 2015, do you know where Jeffery Williams physically was?
I don't.
Do you know whether he was filming a music video?
I don't.
Assuming facts, not in evidence.
Sustained.
Same question on the 12th. Do you know whether what he was doing?
On the 12th, where he was? I don't know.
Do you know what type of work he was doing on the 11th, 12th, 13th, etc.?
I don't.
All right. Your Honor, may I have a moment? May I have a moment?
All right,
Thank you.
Mr. App.
Oh, he brought the work of y'all to hand.
Good
Uh-oh.
afternoon, Detective. My name's Jay Apt. I represent Mr. Kendrick.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah.
So I listened carefully to your
Yo, look like Dr. Robotnik. If you know, you know. Stop playing. Hey, yo, hit my cash app. That boy look like Dr. Robotnik. Yeah. Hey, I call him the hand, though.
Testimony. When you were giving an answer about, or answers about a photograph depicting Mr. Kendrick standing on the hood of a vehicle, you said you wanted to focus on, quote, the crime at hand and who committed it, correct?
I didn't say it was a crime. I said it was disrespect.
Okay, so you don't believe that my client was committing a crime?
If he didn't damage the vehicle, no.
Uh-huh. All right, great. And you didn't, you perceived that that was an act of disrespect, correct?
Did.
Okay. Did you question Mr. Kendrick or any of Mr. Kendrick's associates about him doing that?
I did not.
Did you question Mr. Rayshawn Bennett about that incident?
No, I didn't.
And to be clear for the jury, Rayshawn Bennett is the person who you believe owned that car, correct?
Whoa.
Correct.
He's also known as YFN Lucci, right?
Yes.
So you didn't question him about how he perceived
Oh,
it?
he cooking up.
No.
And you didn't question any of Mr. Bennett's associates or friends about that incident?
I didn't, but Mr. Lucci spoke out on a pod with how he felt about that.
Okay.
Oh, what?
But you don't know for you're assuming that it was gang related, correct?
I'm not assuming. I know what was going on when that happened. That
You
was,
didn't question anyone involved, but you knew
I didn't
what was
have to
going on?
question. I knew that it was a gang beef going between YFN, Lucci and his crew, and also YSL and their crew.
When is the last time before that photograph that Mr. Bennett and Mr. Kendrick spoke in person? Do you know?
I think they ran into each other at Lennox, but that was just according to social media. Where they actually talked about them running into each other or talking.
Do you know whether or not they ran into each other that day at the mall?
I think I saw something on social media saying that they did.
Is it possible that they made a bet that day and this was just someone winning a bet?
I don't know what was said.
You don't know.
Whoa.
Right? Because you didn't ask anyone, correct?
No, but the
You're
guy
assuming.
stood on the
Let her finish her answer, and y'all are kind of talking over each other. So try not to.
Yeah.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I told y'all about my man. The hand.
I don't know it, but I don't think they even made a bet because, like I said, it was a lot of animosity and tension between the two groups.
And you wouldn't know because you didn't bother to question any of them, right?
I didn't question them, no.
Yeah. So you don't know whether for certain whether it was gang related or a bet or what the reason was or the intent was behind Mr. Kendrick standing on that vehicle. That's fair to say you don't know because you didn't question any of them.
I saw the reaction of Mr. Lucci when he was questioned about it.
Whoa.
Why not go and
Yo
ask him?
went for the cokehead nose swipe. Whoa, he had to step away from the foul line. Yo, like, nah, that was an and one, ref. What? You ain't counting that? I gotta shoot two. Not a counted. I made the man, he crazy. Yo did the cokehead nose swipe. Step to the side. Let me get my mind right. I don't want to catch a tech.
I didn't have to ask him. I saw his reaction. He wasn't happy.
He didn't have to follow the evidence.
He
or
wasn't
investigate?
happy.
Is it possible he wasn't happy because he lost a bet and it had nothing to do with gang activity?
Objection, assuming facts, not an evidence about
Yeah,
the
it
bet.
is assuming facts.
Whoa.
You don't know one way or another what the reason or intent was in my client's mind. Isn't that fair to say?
I don't know what his intent was, but he got a reaction out of Lucci.
You believe in the First Amendment, right?
I do.
You believe in our people's right to free speech.
I do.
You believe in musicians' ability to create lyrics for art, right?
I do.
But you stated in your testimony that you think rap music that depicts violence is popular, but it shouldn't be.
I agree. It shouldn't be glorified.
You're biased.
And
I stand by that.
you also said that there are songs which have killed children in Atlanta. Which songs?
I asked for this example earlier. Thank you, brother. My man, the hand. My man. My right hand. Yeah.
I don't know specific songs, but I know that it's music. The reason for the beef as far as the Atlantic Station situation.
Okay.
They were going back and forth.
He is literally my right hand man.
on social media with songs and disrespecting each other. Next thing you know, it's gunplay and children are dead.
You're the expert, detective. Which songs? Which songs regarding rap violence caused the death of children?
I don't know the name of the songs, but I know that those particular kids were involved.
Nah, stand on that. I told y'all, yo. I told y'all. Nah, stand on that. What you say? You gonna say some kids got... Nah, give me the examples. I said that.
In music, talking about each other in the music, then it's violence spawned because of the music.
Nah, lady, you sound like somebody's grandmother that's just speculating.
Think you should be an expert on rap lyrics?
Get her.
Argumentative.
Get her.
Sustained.
I never said I was an expert on rap music.
He about to slap her with the
said
hand.
You understand that
Here come the hand.
lyrics and even lyrics about violence can be used as art to depict, to be marketed and for commercial purposes without being factual, right? You agree with that?
I have heard of that and seen that, but
And that can be done in
it's
movies.
it's not a good thing. That's all I said.
Not a good thing. You ever seen the movie The Untouchables with Robert De Niro?
Oh,
Probably not.
No?
this boy a gangster.
Goodfellas?
Seen Goodfellas.
Okay. So do you think Robert De Niro should
That man named all mafia.
be charged with crimes because he depicts murder and violence?
Facts.
No.
What about Al
didn't do it.
Pacino?
If he was charged when he stepped off the movie set and he went and did the actual things that he did in the movie, then yes, he should be charged.
But you said in earlier testimony that if it's depicting previous actual acts of violence, then that should be a crime.
Like I said, if Robert De Niro left the movie set and went out and shot somebody like he did in the movie, then yes, he should be charged.
That's not what you said earlier. You said,
I would say argumentative, Your Honor.
That's an air ball.
did you say earlier that someone who is rapping about a previous act of violence should be held responsible for that?
That's not what I said.
Okay.
I said that they put in the music or in the wording of the songs things that have happened, meaning whether it was a shooting, whether it was a drive-by, whether it was a smash and grab, whatever. I say that sometimes it can be a confession, sometimes it can be taunting just to the other gang members or the ops or whatever.
So if it's taunting, then it should be criminalized. Is that your...
I didn't say that either.
Okay. So Bob Marley singing "I Shot the Sheriff" is okay too, right?
He shoot the sheriff in real life like that man did up in Kentucky, then yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Or if it's like the sheriff shot the judge.
You don't know much about Bob Marley's life, do you?
What the-
Whoa. There we go. The hand told a black lady in Atlanta that's educated and went to college, you don't know much about Bob Marley. I told y'all he was a whole gangster. My right-hand man. My right-hand man.
do with anything.
Listen, you
keeping
understand that you've already testified that you have no concrete evidence that the lyrics that were played in this courtroom earlier are directly related to any actual criminal activity, right?
I didn't say it was connected to criminal activity. I never said that.
Well, okay. So they're just art. They're just free speech then. We can agree on that?
It's free speech, but like I said, when you talk about a crime that actually happened and your group is the suspect, it's
No one's been proven of some of these charges true or false. And the ones they have pleaded out to, true. So do the lyrics really match? Well, you've yet to prove that, and it's been 9 years.
It's what? It's what?
it's obvious that you were involved maybe in that crime.
Maybe. How can it be obvious and
that
maybe?
you were involved if you're singing about it?
Could have been.
No. How can it be obvious and maybe?
It's what? It's what?
It's obvious that you were involved maybe in that.
No, it can't be both. It can't be both. I promise it can't be both. It can't be both. It can't be both.
Crime.
It's obvious that you were involved if you're singing about it?
Could have been.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to object to the characterization of it's obvious that you were involved, maybe. And I'm going to object to Mr.
Yeah.
Overruled. What else? Hang on.
Yeah. Yo, give me the bar, y'all. Give me the bar.
Mr. App's misstatement.
I'm ready.
Is that what you said? Ask your question again.
Thank you, Your Honor. So what you're saying is if someone sings about an act of violence that previously occurred, then it's obvious that they were involved.
That is a misstatement. That wasn't.
Is that what you're saying?
A misstatement.
Not exactly. I'm saying that if
Not exactly.
crimes have been committed and then you go brag about it in a song.
Look how he's standing. No.
That's
Whoa, my man. Whoa. Look how he's standing. Oh. Hold up. Y'all can't see him. Hold on. What has gotten into them? Oh my God.
And you go brag about it in a song. It's hard to defend that you didn't have anything to do with what you're pretty much confessing in a song.
Okay, and I guess that's my point. If Robert De Niro plays Al Capone, and he's playing Al Capone in a movie, is it then obvious that he's the one who's in the mafia? I don't understand. Why is it that singing about a previous crime that occurred somehow ties you to that crime? What evidence do you? And let me rephrase. What
Yo, that's a B-boy stance.
evidence do you have that either Mr. Kendrick or Mr. Williams actually
That boy need a Kango, a bucket hat, and an Adidas tracksuit with some show heads with no shoestrings the way he just did that? Who he think he is?
committed the murder of Donovan Thomas?
I didn't give you any. I didn't tell you that I had evidence of that. Did I tell you that?
You testified.
I testified that they killed Donovan Thomas.
You testified that it was obvious.
Got me
a moment
mixed
ago.
up. I didn't tell you that.
So it's not obvious that they're involved?
Objection, Your Honor, because I'm not sure where we're going to go, and so I want to.
Well, a minute ago.
Hang on and let me listen to her objection.
Yeah.
Can we approach her?
Yes.
No, you need a break. You need a break. Wow. No. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Look, hold up. They ready to get beefy.
I represent Shannon Stillwell.
Oh.
Mention any shouldn't be being taught that. And make sure that with regard to Mr. App's questioning, he's going to confine his questions to things that have to do with his client, Mr. Kendrick.
Bro, he ready to come back strong.
You should likewise confine your answers to things that have to do with his client right now
30.
while he's the one questioning, okay? And not talk about any of the other code of.
Bro, if he came back off injury and pulled this, bro, this is a 60-point night. Yeah, in 3 quarters. Yo, this a Klay Thompson. Yeah, this one of them wild nights. Yo, you know Klay scored 62 points in 3 quarters. He sat on the bench. This that type of party, y'all. Holmes acting ass, cuz.
Defendants on trial here. And things like a search warrant that got the results of which were suppressed, don't even veer into territory like that. And I'm not going to go through all of the different possibilities, but just be mindful when you testify to be careful not to testify to anything that, as an experienced detective shouldn't be being talked about, okay?
Okay.
All right, any other kind of parameter anybody wants to mention?
Well, Your Honor, and I guess I'm speaking to the detective as well. Detective. I represent Shannon Stillwell. I am not asking this question, and he is specifically asking about Mr. Kendrick. I would not anticipate that the answer would include pronouns such as they or things of that nature. And I would ask that anything be strictly limited to Mr. Kendrick.
I understand.
All right. Anybody else?
I'll absolutely limit my questions relating only to Mr. Kendrick.
All right.
Yep. He scored 30 in the first half.
Okay, I think we're ready to get the jury back.
threes.
They may not be ready to come back, but
First half. Look how he come out with second half. Look, he fixing his back. Man, that boy like Ray Allen. Look at him. That boy crazy. Come on. He about to, I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the most exciting cross exams of the whole trial. Holmes up in the top 3 with this. Holmes in the top 3 with this, y'all. Holmes going viral today, ain't he? Holmes said, you know what? I'm ready to come in with a bang. Weinstein said, yo, I got him going in there. He said, yeah, I seen you. Wait till they get a load of me, though. I'm going to be in there next week. Weinstein said, nah, let me go. He like, nah. It's my time to go. Let me ride. I'm ready to give him the blues. Wait till I hit him with this fist. You know they call me the hang. Look. Look, he telling him, you know I'm ready to fuck you, huh? You know how I'm ready to do you, right?
I can't want to misquote you, but so. Thank you, Your Honor. So, Detective, you were saying that it, and I don't want to misquote you, but that if someone raps or sings about an act of violence that actually occurred, then it becomes obvious of what?
To me, it's bragging. Could be taunting or bragging.
And well, let me ask you this: are you aware of whether Mr. Kendrick wrote any of those lyrics that were played in the courtroom?
I hope he ride her ass to 5:30, y'all.
Earlier?
No, I'm not aware.
So you don't know if my client was even involved in writing those lyrics.
I never said he did.
And you're not aware of Mr. Kendrick in any way, shape, or form being tied to or involved in the murder of Donovan Thomas. Isn't that true?
I know he was arrested and charged or a suspect for it.
Were his fingerprints found anywhere?
I didn't work the homicide portion of that. You would have to refer to.
You don't know. You don't know if his fingerprints.
I didn't get into the homicide investigation.
You don't know if his fingerprints were found on the Tahoe or any evidence in the case?
No.
You don't know if his DNA was found?
No.
You don't know if any ballistics were found that were tied to Mr. Kendrick, correct?
No.
In fact, you're not aware of any eyewitnesses who saw Mr. Kendrick commit that crime, correct?
I don't know of any.
And you went to great lengths to give an expert opinion about what the state refers to as Exhibit 535 YB, which is the song called Slime. And I apologize, I may be less genteel than Mr. Steele is, but it's a piece of evidence. The song's actual name is Slime. Genteel than Mr. Steele is.
Genteel?
Called Slime. And I apologize, I may be less genteel than Mr. Steele is, but it's a piece of evidence. The song's actual name is Slime Shit. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And you stated earlier you don't know the date that song was released, right?
No, I only see the date that it was uploaded to YouTube, like I told Mr. Steele.
You don't know the date it was written?
I don't.
You don't know who wrote the lyrics?
I don't.
And so if that song, if I told you that track was released officially on September 16th of 2015, and that...
sustained.
I'll withdraw the question. If, hypothetically, if those lyrics were released in 2014, before the murder of Donovan Thomas, then wouldn't it be fair to say that the Tahoe mentioned in the song had nothing to do with Mr. Thomas's murder, right?
That would be fair.
You're not suggesting.
I do you one better. What if he wrote the lyric Taco first, and because he's air writing, he got stuck, and because he liked the bar so much, the only thing that rhymed with it was Tahoe?
Suggesting that whoever wrote the lyrics was psychic and predicted the murder of Donovan Thomas, right?
I did not say that.
Okay. Thank you. I have no other questions.
All right, are there other defense attorneys with
Worker.
questions for this witness? Come on up.
Shart, come on, Shart. He worked her. Leave a comment about the hand, y'all. That was the top 3, one of the best cross exams. It was short and pleasant. Yo got to it.
Good afternoon, former agent.
Whoa.
No, I'm actually a retired investigator, but I was a former task force officer.
Retired investigator. Okay,
he
retired investigator Underwood. My name is Max Shard. I represent Shannon Stillwell, okay?
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good.
I don't even talk like that.
First of all, I just want to get one thing out of the way. Brief, and I know you were answering a question. You brought up some Atlantic Station incident. That has nothing to do with this case,
Oh,
correct?
no, it has nothing to do with this case.
Okay.
It was just referencing gang violence.
Okay, cool. You, in preparation, you knew you were going to be testifying eventually, and you provided a CV
I did.
to the state, correct?
I did. It's probably been a while, though, since, because I might have updated it since I did my Daubert, maybe.
Okay. Yes, I understand. On Friday, when the state was asking about some of your background experiences, you were asked, have you received training on how gangs use music to promote violence?
Grandma, small head, bald head.
And you answered yes.
I have.
Okay, could you tell me the name of that class and who taught it and when that occurred?
I have attended like the Georgia Gang Investigation Association training where, and I can't remember the name of the individual. I know Marissa Viverito has taught one at APD, but when I went to the GGIA one,
What? Y'all all taught each other? What? Y'all taught each other?
I can't remember the name of the instructor,
Okay.
but I've had like at least 2 or 3 classes.
So Marissa Viverito is someone who worked for the DA's office in Fulton County, correct?
She used to.
And she's also worked for the state of Georgia, correct?
Spandex.
Yes.
And you know her to be on the witness list for this case, correct? Okay, so she taught that class.
She taught one of them.
Okay.
I've been to more than one.
Well, who specifically talked about how gangs use music? What individual, what professor, or was it an artist that talked about that? Who was it?
It wasn't a professor, it was law enforcement.
Oh, law enforcement. And who was the law enforcement?
The one that I do remember recently was Marissa. She taught one at APD.
All right, Marissa Viverito, who used to work for the DA's office. Okay. So there was no one from the music industry, no artists or anything there. Okay.
No.
How gangs, you were asked if you had training in how gangs use music to promote fear in other gangs. Again, who were the musicians or anyone that spoke to you about that?
No musicians.
Okay.
The classes that I've taken have been all from law enforcement when it came to gangs. My other classes at Columbia Southern were professors, but they didn't talk about gangs.
Okay. And how gangs use music to promote fear in other gangs. What date was that? Who taught you about that?
I told you what class. I don't remember the instructor on one of them, but I do. Like I said, the most recent one
The judge neck is long.
at APD within the last 3 years. It might have been while she was still here.
She's signifying like a slave owner up there, ain't she?
she taught that one. That's the one that stands out. But I did go to one down in South Fulton as well, but it was like a GGIA train.
You were asked how gangs use. You were asked about your training or education and how gangs use music to promote cohesiveness. Who taught that class? Is that the same answer?
It would be the same, yes.
Okay, so no one from the music industry, and it seems like
every class was law enforcement.
And the one that you're speaking of is Investigator Viverito, who's on the state's witness list for this case.
That's one of them.
Okay. And the same answer would be for your experience when the state asked you how gang members use music to send messages to rival gangs. Would those be your same answers?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then you were asked by the state here, among other things, to talk about lyrics in this case, and you've been speaking about specific lyrics.
Yes.
Okay, in that Bad Boy video, you didn't recognize the other artist?
No, I don't know who that is.
You ever hear Juice WRLD?
I've heard of it, but that's not anybody that came on the radar because he haven't probably committed a crime here in Atlanta.
Okay. So as I understand it, in preparation of this testimony, and correct me if I get the timing wrong, sometime last week, the state gave you some music videos to review or some songs to review?
Yes.
Okay. And how many?
The 3.
Okay. It was just those 3?
Just these 3.
Okay. And they were all songs by Jeffery Williams?
Yes.
Okay. Did they not ask you to review a song called Homicide, written and performed by Lil Woody featuring Fagiano?
Never heard of it, no.
Have you ever watched that video?
I haven't.
Okay. Are you aware of this song?
No.
You aware that in that music video, in that song, Woody talks about putting money on someone else's head?
Whoa.
Not aware.
Are you aware that the person he talks about putting money on their head is a heavy-set African-American male?
Not aware of that.
Are you aware that the person he conspires with in that video to kill the heavy-set African-American male is Trevante Turner?
And I'm saying objection vague as to, are you talking about what happened in the video?
Overruled.
Yes.
This video, and so
I haven't seen the video.
Okay, so you're not aware
Overruled.
that Trevante Turner played the role of the hitman in Woody's video where
I haven't seen that video.
he depicts killing a heavy-set African-American male. Okay.
I use Lubriderm, the cream.
Whoa.
No further questions. Thank you.
All right, are there any other defense counsel questions?
Wow.
No. All right, is there redirect?
Shark callers all off guard with that one. Straight up. I ain't even expect that one, y'all. Here you have it. I have never used that in my argument. No. Yes, we seen it. I never used it. Shark dangerous.
Go ahead.
Mr. Steele asked you when he was questioning you if any of these lyrics mention Donovan Thomas Jr.'s name inside of those songs. You recall that line of
that question.
When you're listening to songs that may become a part of your investigation, do the ops usually say specifically the person's name, or is it more of a hidden message? What has been your experience when you're listening to the music that becomes a part of your investigation?
My experience is not directly, saying the person's name is like sending a message, but like if that particular person or that person's group or person's gang know that I committed a crime or know that we have beef, then a lot of times they know it's obvious who they're sending the message to.
And when we say it's obvious, is it obvious to the opposition gang who the message is being targeted? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't think she could come back, y'all.
Mr. Shard asked you about whether or not anyone from the music industry came and taught your class. Do you remember him asking you a series of questions about that?
Yes.
The classes that you took, were they focused on music or focused on gangs?
Focus on gangs.
And have you ever had anyone from the music industry come and talk to you about gangs?
No.
Court's indulgence.
All right, any recross by anybody? All right, thank you for your time. You're excused. Call your next witness.
Sharon Ladners.
Sharon Ladders to stand.
All right.
Sharon Ladners. Yeah. Yo, leave a comment, y'all. This one of the hottest days in the trial. Straight up. I'm glad she is running out of there.